Right, so you've got the Nine of Swords as the first card. Obviously, very sad card. Headaches, nightmares. It can be trapped. It can be stuck in a pattern of thinking. And I think, what's interesting is you've got the Judgment card right under this, which is the opposite of that. This is all, I'm stuck, I can't move, I'm upset, I'm not going anywhere. And then, the Judgment card is like, oh, I'm jumping out of my box, here I am, I'm ready to move forward to do something new. It can be a lot of different things, but you can see the contrast between the two. So I think for you, you have been a bit like that. You have been a bit stuck, and this year's been a bit like that. It's been like that for a lot of people. It's this kind of, okay, I'm stuck here. I can't really look for a new job. That's not available to a lot of people right now. If I want to leave what I'm doing, I can't really do that. So there's this kind of treading water feeling. It's like, I'll just stick where I am. I'll just keep on going. And, it doesn't matter if I'm happy or not. I'll just keep going. And so I think that's kind of what you've been like for the year. Also, I think you've got people relying on you. You might have children or other people that are relying on you, maybe financially, probably in other ways as well, maybe emotionally. So it's like, I can't just get up and change. I can't get up and go. I can't change everything right now because, I'm not by myself. I've got other people relying on me. So there's that as well. It's like, I just have to keep things going. So, I can't do anything spontaneous right now. And it's been like that, I think, all this year, pretty much all this year for you, I think, or for a long time anyway. And you're not alone. You're really not. But I think now, the new year's coming up. I think you're thinking, what can I actually do? No one knows what's going to happen in the new year. No one knows. I mean, what happened this year? It took everyone by surprise. It took me by surprise. I don't know everything. So it took a lot of people by surprise. So, you don't know what's coming up in the new year. So I think part of you is like, oh, I don't want to dare to hope that I could do this or that. But also I think you're thinking, well, where do I really want to be? What do I want to do? And so, yeah, this is you. It's like you're ready. It's like, I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for a change in my career. I'm seeing job, career, all that kind of thing. You've got the Ace of Pentacles right down the bottom there. And you've got the Five of Pentacles, which is the opposite of that. So it's like, this is where I am now. I'm kind of in the Five of Pentacles. Maybe not that bad, but, there's something that's on your back, I think. It's like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. There's a little thing you have to let go of before you can go. Maybe it's not so little. It feels a little bit like a burden, like this poor woman in the Nine of Swords. And again, my eye keeps on going over to that Five of Pentacles. So it might be a financial burden. So I think with this financial burden, it feels like maybe someone left you with this financial burden. Maybe they left you in debt. Maybe they caused a lot of problems and that forced you to go into debt. Maybe they literally took money from you and got you into a hole. It's something like that. And I think, because I'm getting money and I'm getting emotion at the same time, because I'm looking at the Nine of Swords and then my eye keeps on going to that Five of Pentacles across there. So I think that might be what's keeping you in this cage, in this Nine of Swords. That might be what's stopping you from looking ahead too far. It's like, I want to get out of this. I want to move forward. I want to go somewhere else. I'm kind of stuck in this. I can't really move right now. So if that's making sense to you, I've got to tell you the one thing. You've got the Five of Pentacles over in the future. Don't worry about that. I'm not seeing any more financial problems for you in the future. I'm really not. I think you are going to get your way out of this. You are going to get out of this if you are in this financial problem. And I think this is what I'm getting. Someone walked off. Someone went away, if this is you. They left you in this problem. I don't know if they gave you this problem or if they just walked off and left you there, and with a money problem, other problems as well. I keep on seeing a money problem for someone. I don't know if this is going to make sense to you. What I'm getting is someone had lots of lives. I'm seeing several lives they've lived, different lives, and they've lived different lives before they've met you. So you might not have known this. If this is an ex that's gone and left you, you might not know that, you know, they had several lives before you. So that might mean that they were with lots of other people before you. Maybe they had other families before you. Maybe they were married and you didn't know. I don't know. But they had other lives. Maybe they moved from place to place before you. It's something like that. And yeah, I'm just looking down at this Queen of Wands right down the bottom in the middle. I know my eye's going all over the place, but when that happens, usually my eye's being led to different things, so I can show you different things. But yeah, if you look at that Queen of Wands, I don't know if you can see that. I'll move it so you can see. There's a cat that's sitting right in front of this queen. And, you know, obviously cats, when you think of cats, people say, oh, they've got 9 lives. I don't know why they say that, but people say, oh, cats have got 9 lives. So yeah, this person had several lives before they were with you. I'm getting that. And I think there was a lot that was hidden. So I think there was a lot that you didn't know about this person. You're still quite in the dark about a lot of their past. I'm getting that for someone here. So you've got this. So with this burden, this is what I want to tell you about this. I'll move it down so because I might want to talk about that Temperance card later on. So yeah. So with this burden that's there, it's just like it feels a little bit angry. It feels angry. It feels like you're still thinking about them. I don't think you're thinking about them in the way of, oh, I want them back. I'm not getting that. I'm getting anger. I'm getting, you know, just that you're just thinking about them. And I'm getting this money burden here as well. So what I want to tell you is, I'm just looking right down the bottom. You've got the Ace of Pentacles down there. So that's an opportunity. So there's an opportunity coming up for you. It feels like, I don't know if it's a normal 9 to 5, you know, day-to-day kind of job, but it's some kind of money opportunity. It might be a job, I don't know, but it's some kind of opportunity. There's a person, and I'm literally seeing them coming in and giving you, not saying, oh, here's a job for you, but it's like they're going to have a conversation. I'm seeing a conversation here between you and someone else. It's someone who you're going to meet through someone you already know, if this is you. And I think they're going to talk to you about this thing. They might be in the same industry as you. They might know someone who's, you know, in charge of something. It's some connection like that. And I think what's going to happen is you're going to talk to them, and then this opportunity is going to come up down the line through that. That's what I'm getting. It's almost like this hand. Look at this hand holding out the coin. So the hand's holding out the coin, and it's up to you to see that coin. That's very important. It's up to you to see that coin. Because I think what's going to happen for you to see that coin, if this is you, is for you to lose that burden or stop focusing so much on that burden. Now, yeah, when I say lose the burden, I don't mean, you know, I don't mean I'll get up and walk away from debt. Obviously, you have to deal with that if you've got any kind of money problem, if that's you. But what I mean by that is, don't let it consume you. Don't let it consume you to the point where you're like this poor woman in the 9 of Swords. You know, she's literally covering her eyes. She's literally covering her eyes because she's focusing on that big burden. And if you cover your eyes, you can't see this coin. You can't see the opportunity. So yes, of course, deal with it in practical ways. Do what you can to get rid of this burden, whatever it is. You know, do the day-to-day things. But don't overly stress about it. Don't cry about it like this poor woman. Don't sit there constantly thinking about this person. Sorry. Yeah, you know, it's funny I said this person. I was going to say this money problem, but I said this person because they are linked to that in some way, I think. They're linked to that money problem. So it might be that you're thinking about this person, this ex, in a really negative way. Oh, if they left me in this problem, I'm so angry and all that. All of that isn't helping. It's not helping you to see the opportunities that are there. Now, I know it sounds like I'm bossy. I know it sounds like I'm telling you what to do. And I know when you're angry, I know when you're in this big problem, it's really hard to focus on other things apart from the problem. But that's what I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting here. Of course, focus on the problem to fix it, of course. But don't get so consumed that you can't see this opportunity that's coming up for you. You've really got to open up your eyes to what's there. I also think that's going to open yourself up to, or open your future up to new things after that as well. So when I said it's not a normal job, it might be that it's a contract. It might be that it's some kind of short-term opportunity. Open your eyes to that, go toward that. It's going to lead to other things. And the other thing is, if you're invited to things, anyone where any of your friends or relatives or anyone says, oh, I'm going to this thing, do you want to come with me? Say yes, because I think you're going to be introduced to someone. It's this time of year when people have parties. I don't know where you are in the world. Some places are restricted, some places aren't. It just depends. But if an opportunity comes up for you where you can go to something, where you're going to be introduced to other people, absolutely say yes, because I think that opportunity might come up at that time. It's a money opportunity. And if you focus on that, that's going to really help you with your other money problems and set you up for the future. Because the Ace of Pentacles, it's about stability as well as money. It's not always about money, but it's really about stability. Yeah, the other thing I'm getting here is, if this axe is trying to communicate, because I keep on seeing your mind going back to them, your mind kind of going back to them. Again, it might be anger. It might just be, well, they put me in this horrible position. I'm so angry, I can't stop thinking about them. Again, try and train your mind to close the door on that. Deal with the problem in a practical way when you can. If it's debt, again, try and pay it off or do whatever you need to do. Get yourself into a position where it's manageable as much as you possibly can, and then stop dwelling on that. Focus on what's ahead of you. Yeah, again, if this ex is trying to talk to you, because I think that might be happening, you might have to talk to them if you've got children, because I was seeing people that depend on you, so it might be that you've got children with this person. But try and minimize the communication that you have with this ex if you're talking to them. Because again, it's leading your mind down that old road again of thinking about them, being angry with them, saying, oh, you know, this and that. Maybe you start having a conversation, maybe you start bickering, and then you start thinking about, oh, how dare they say that? I'm so angry. Oh, now they've said this. Oh, what are they going to say tomorrow? If you try and minimize that, then that minimizes, you know, the things that you've got in your mind around them in the future, because you don't want them in your mind. You don't want them in your mind. So I'm getting that really strongly for someone. I know it's quite specific. I just hope that helps someone, because I feel as if I'm being led to kind of fly all over this spread and talk about all these different cards for someone that needs to hear these messages. So hopefully that helps someone. Right, so yeah, you've got the Justice card up here for your present, the first one up here. Okay, right. Yeah, I don't want to say any more about this ex. I really don't, because I don't want you to keep on thinking about them. But I'm getting something here, and yeah, I feel as if I have to say this, because something was hidden from you. They hid all these other lives or whatever that was I was seeing from you. I think you're going to be made aware of what they were up to before they were with you. It might even be a situation that they're in now, I don't know. But something's going to come out. I'm getting the word karma. I don't usually use that word, but it's kind of like being found out. And and you know, a lot of people think karma is about revenge and things like that. It doesn't really mean that. It's more about evening up the score, making things fair and making things balanced again, which is what this Justice card's all about. So you're going to find something out in some way. I don't know how you're going to find this out, but it's something that's catching up with them. It's something that's going to come out. It's something that a lot of people are going to know about, that they were trying to hide, and they were trying to hide this from you, if this is you. And, you know, it's something that's going to come out. I think what it is, it looks like there's a responsibility that they've tried to run away from. Because I keep on getting, you know, again, with this Queen of Wands, you've got this cat here. And cats kind of wander around from place to place. They're not very stable. So I think something's happened when they've wandered from place to place. They've lived from place to place. They ran away from a responsibility. I think that's what it is. I'm getting that really clearly in my mind. Responsibilities, running away. And yeah, what I'm getting is, if you look just to the right of this Justice card, you've got this Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, sometimes she's a widow, some people think that, but she's a woman who's been through a lot. So someone who's been with them has been through a lot with them. So again, you're not the only one who's been through a lot with them. It might be, I know this is specific, but I'm seeing this really clearly. It doesn't have to be this, but it might be this. I'm seeing this as a possibility. It might be that they've had children with someone and they've run away. And now it's catching up with them, because you've got justice, you've got the court system, and you've got this, you've got this Queen of Swords here. And she's a protector. And she's a protector of children. Because if you look in her, I keep on hiccuping. If you look in her, or should say on her throne, there's a child's face on her throne. So it's like she's protecting a child. So it may be that comes out. It may be that they have other children. It may be that they've run away from some kind of responsibility. It's something like that. Oh, it could be something else, but it feels like something like that. Now it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Now I think when this comes out, you're not going to be surprised. What I mean by that is, you're not going to be, oh, I didn't think they were capable of that. I thought they were a wonderful person. No, you're going to be like, well, I'm not surprised. But it is going to shock you. It's going to be like, I didn't know that. Wow. Well, what else is out there? I don't know. Wow. So it's that kind of thing. That's what I'm getting. So prepare for that. Again, be careful it doesn't set your mind back again to your past and the acts and all those angry feelings. It might do that. So that's something you've got to protect yourself from that happening. Okay, I have to say this for someone. I'm getting this as well with this Justice card. If you're thinking about some kind of litigation with someone, if it's to do with an axe, this might be the same situation, it might be something different, but I'm getting this for someone. If you choose to go down that road of litigation with someone, what I'm seeing is the success. There's success at the end of this. But what I'm getting is you win on one level, but you might lose on another level. It's all kind of checks and balances. It's balancing the scale out. It's like, should I do this on the one side? There's this benefit, there's this loss. Should I not go ahead and do this? There's this benefit and this loss with these scales here. So what I'm getting is, you're going to win if you do this, probably. But is it worth it? That's what you've got to work out, because there's a lot of stress here. There's a lot of stress here. This is going to be a long, drawn-out process. Now, what's really interesting is you've got the Justice card right in the middle of the Nine of Swords on the left-hand side and the Queen of Swords on the other side. So it's like, oh, if I say yes, I might go down a road of stress, which is the road of the Nine of Pentacles on the left. So you're weighing up the scales, which is right in the middle. Look at the left. Oh, if I go down that road, yes, I might win. But it's a road of stress. It's a road of problems. It's a road of unhappiness. You know, it's a long, drawn-out thing. I might be stuck in this. If I go down the other road, I might get success, because I think it's right to protect myself. I think it's right to get justice. I think it's right to have my sword up and show them, no, I mean business. So you might do that. But I think the other side of that is your emotional health might suffer, or your mental health might suffer. So be very careful when you make this decision if you're thinking about going down that route with someone. I'm not saying don't do this, because I'm all for justice. I believe in justice, I really do. But it might not be true justice for you, because it might give you more problems than it's worth. So just really, really think about everything, get a balanced view of everything before you make a decision. And the other thing is, if you go down that road and you've got lots and lots of stress and it's really dragging you down, and all you can think about is that litigation process, it might take your eye off that prize, off the Ace of Pentacles. So just think about that as well. So yeah, I just had to get that out for someone who's listening to this. So hopefully that'll help someone here. Okay, right, so I'm looking all the way down this middle row now. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Yeah, there's perfect balance here all the way down. All these cards all the way down here, they've got the figure in the middle, right in the middle, symmetry, perfectly balanced. So there's someone here. Yeah, there's love here. Yeah, I was seeing this before. There was someone around you. I think I saw that before. So yeah, here's this person who's around you. Now, you're well balanced. I have to say that to you. You're very different. I'm getting that. You're very, very different in a lot of ways. It's almost like you're two pieces of a puzzle. One's the positive, one's the negative. So you're very different, but you fit in. You fit in together. Yeah, I'm getting love here. I'm getting a bit of stalling here. You know, a bit of stalling. It's like, oh, this is just kind of not really getting anywhere. I don't know. It feels like someone's coasting a bit. They're kind of just going with the flow. And there's a little bit of that with you. Part of you, I think, wants to just go with the flow. And I think the other part of you is a little bit like, where are we actually going with this? Are we actually going somewhere? Is this actually going to turn into, you know, a long-term relationship? Or is it just not going anywhere? I kind of want to know that. And I think, you know, with this Nine of Swords here, because you were coasting along with your job and that treading water feeling and that being stuck, I think you're okay with that for a while, because you couldn't move in a lot of different areas of your life. And you're like, well, you know, I'm stuck in this job, I'm stuck here, you know, we're all in this lockdown, if that was you, and, you know, nothing's really happening. So it's okay, I'll just go along with this. We'll sort that out later on. It might be that kind of thing. But now, because you're thinking about these new things you want to do in the Ace of Pentacles, you're thinking about where you want to go, and you're kind of having this little bit of a wake-up thing, which I was getting in the Judgment card. So what I want to say is, with this love connection, if this is you, you really do have a very strong connection. You have a strong connection spiritually. I'm getting that really strongly here. Because if you look at this, you've got these two beautiful angels here right next to each other. You've got an angel on this card, on the Temperance card here. And then you've got this other angel on the Judgment card over there. So you've got two angels next to each other. So I think you do pick up on each other's feelings sometimes. You know, I think when they're just coasting a bit, you can pick that up. If they're not feeling well, you might have picked that up with them before. You might have said, are you okay? No, I'm not. And you kind of knew. So I'm getting that between you. So you're very strong on a spiritual level. But when it comes to stability, in a world level, I think that's where you have a few problems. That's where there are a few questions around this. So I think with this big thing that's happening in your life, with these big changes you're trying to make, I think what might happen is, I think they're going to sense that around you. I don't know whether you're going to tell them that, whether you're going, oh, I'm thinking of doing this new job. I'm thinking about where I want to go in my future now. You know, I was coasting along, but now I'm like, okay, what do I have to do? Maybe I'm going to do this or that, and I'm thinking about where my life's going now. And they might listen to that, or it might just be that they pick up on that because you've got these two angels here. They're picking up in some way, or they're going to pick up on the shift that's in you. And I think what might happen is it might spark a little feeling inside them where they might say, well, if they focus on that and they start focusing on changing their life and doing all that, and they're not focusing on me anymore, maybe I'm going to have to start to step up a bit and really work out whether I'm going to be with them, you know, in a practical sense, whether it's going to actually turn into something very stable here. So I think those feelings might actually make them step up a bit. So, and you know, the Judgment card could be a wake-up call as well. And it's really interesting when you look at these two angels, because the angel on the Judgment card, he's looking over at the angel on the Temperance card, and he's looking right over at that angel, and they're representing them, and the one on the temperance card is representing you, and you're concentrating. Look how the angel's really concentrating on what they're doing, and you're being observed by this person. They're saying, oh, they're focusing, they're not focused on me. And if they focus on that, they might go somewhere else. I might lose them. So I'd better step up. So I'm getting that kind of thing coming on around them. So I think what's going to happen is, I think they might come and approach you. I would think they might say to you, okay, let's have a talk. Let's talk about where we're going. And I think you've been waiting for this talk. I think you've been waiting for this to happen, because a part of you has been like, well, are we actually going to go somewhere? You know, and so they're going to step up, I think, and they're going to say, let's really talk about the future. Let's really talk about where we want to go. So, you know, so I think, you know, you do love them, but I think you kind of a little bit unsure about the practicalities of how this is all going to work. Again, I was seeing that you might have children, you might have ties with an ex, ties you don't want to have, financial problems, all that kind of thing. You've got that. They've probably got similar things or other things on their mind. They might be far away from you. I'm getting distance as well, so you might have that. So I think practically, I can see why you might be stalling, or they might be, because a lot of these practical things get in the way, and you're like, well, oh, it's too hard to deal with right now. There's too much else going on. But this is the time, this is the crossroads where you're going to have to face this, I think. I think the talks are coming up, and I think when you have these talks, it's going to go one way or the other way eventually at the end of this talk. I'm seeing more than one. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. It's time. It's time to start to think about whether you're actually going to move into the future together or whether you're not. So that's a big thing that's coming up. So there are a lot of big shifts coming up in your life if this is relevant, resonating with you. Okay. So with the future, you've got this Queen of Swords up here. Now, okay, what this is telling me is, if you look all the way down here, you've got some quite difficult cards. You've got, you know, the Five of Pentacles. You've got this Queen of Swords where she's got her sword up. You've got the Knight of Cups down here, and he's kind of a little bit standoffish sometimes. So it's not going to be easy. You're going to have these talks. When this happens, I don't know when. I wish I could tell you, I don't know, but it is going to happen. Probably soon, because I keep on getting this, the times now, it's time now, and you've got the new year coming up, so it's probably going to be soon. Now, there are a lot of problems that are going to happen in these talks. I have to be honest and tell you this. You know, I'd love to be able to say, oh, you're going to sit down, you'll agree on everything, everything will be fine. I'm not seeing that. And so I think what's going to happen is you're going to have more than one talk. I think some of these talks might be a little bit frustrating, more than a little bit actually, because I'm looking at this Five of Pentacles here. And, you know, these people are going around and around and around this church. They're looking for the door. They're out in the cold. They can't find where they're going. So I'm getting this around and around and around. So you might feel like the conversation's going around and around in circles, and they're not actually coming to a conclusion or a solution. So that's going to be frustrating. I can see that this is going to happen. But what I can see is, they do want this to work, because with this Knight of Cups that's down here, you know, you can see that he's coming forward. He's got his cup. He's got his love. So they want this to work. They want to come forwards with you. They want this to happen with you. But the other thing in front of this knight is, there's this mountain you can see right up in front of him, and they can see, oh, there's a huge mountain up in front of me. I want this to happen, but I don't know if it can happen practically. I don't know if it can really work. I've got my doubts here. So I think the two of you are a little bit like that. So that's what I'm getting. That's reality of what I'm seeing there. The other thing I'm getting here is, yeah, the other thing is, you know, you've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So they want that stability with you. They do want that. It's just a matter of whether it can practically happen, and it's a matter of whether these talks go one way or the other way, because they are going to be quite frustrating. There might even be some arguments that come up there. So I'm really sorry, I can't say whether you've got whether you're going to get together properly and have a happy future in the future, and you're going to stay together, or when you're not, whether you're not, I should say. But the talks need to happen, and you need to come to that point where you both know whether you're going to go one way or the other way. My apologies, I can't tell you what's going to happen, because I'm seeing lots and lots of talks. I'm seeing lots of frustration. I can see both. I can see positive and negative. I can see the Five of Pentacles. I can see the Queen of Swords. That's all like negative. That's all the no. But then I've got the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. And, the Judgment card. They're all, yes, let's go ahead. Let's do this. So, there's both there. There's equal both. So all I can tell you is you are going to have these talks if that's you. You're going to sort it out together one way or the other way. So I'm going to just be realistic and tell you what I'm seeing there.